Well, hello guys, I am live out here in downtown Memphis, Tennessee, here at African April. Over 3 decades ago, a husband and wife came up with a brilliant event idea called Africa in April, a 3-day festival that honors an African country each year in Memphis.
Well, Africa in April is a cultural event that my wife and I started 34 years ago.
With a mission to give African Americans a connection to their African roots and to acknowledge their African ancestry.
Gambia, Botswana,
Nigeria, Senegal.
Yeah, all of them. We do the whole continent.
It's a celebration through the winners of the arts about history, our culture, recognizing our past, remembering our present, and planning for our future. It is certainly a challenge.
34 years later, and the event is still going on and stronger each year. Hundreds gather to learn, celebrate, shop, and appreciate the arts and culture while enjoying great food and shopping in African goods from the vendors.
Because we've always been very Afrocentric, and we want people to know that we are all Africans. We're just living in America.
Due to the coronavirus in 2020, the event wasn't celebrated. However, it was moved to 2021.
2021 in April. We couldn't do it because we couldn't get the permits.
Which makes this the 34th year of Africa in April here in Memphis, Tennessee.
This year, during the pandemic, we got with our health director and asked them to come down to give free shots to everybody here.
In efforts to combat the coronavirus, they had a vaccination site at the festival. The ACEs encouraged the public to vax up in the journey of fighting COVID-19.
And not be afraid of the vaccine, be afraid of the ventilator. Vaccine is a savior. Yeah. We realized that was a very serious matter, COVID-19, and when the world stopped, we took a break.
But we're going back in 22 to April, God willing.
Well, I'm used to it being in April, but, you know, it don't matter. August, yeah, it don't matter.
Yes, it is August. I know, African April in August. Well, it wasn't celebrated in 2020, and here we're in 2021, celebrating the 34th year, honoring Botswana. Why Botswana this year?
Well, it's a great country, and we honor the culture of the country each year, and with all the minerals and things they have there, and we have a selection. This is our 34th country.
The last African country they honored was Nigeria back in 2019, and this year it's all about Botswana. As you can see behind me is a lot of vendors here, a lot of food, people just enjoying, celebrating their inner African, but not just that, grabbing all of their African apparel. I spoke to a few people and they said the event allows them to connect and celebrate their African roots.
It's a culture. It's fun to come out here. You celebrating African cultures.
Yes, Africa in April is a great event. There's a lot of vendors out here. It's beautiful. The artifacts are really great. Look, she's beautiful. The people are beautiful. Yes.
It's great for exposure to the culture, so, you know, it's a great thing for it to be here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay, what do you have to tell people that are not here today?
Hey, you don't know what you're missing about the culture. Know about yourself, you know.
It's to bring African Americans out and have them to feel connected to the African continent.
Yes.
Do you think that mission is accomplished with this?
Oh yes.
Oh,
yes. I'm in heaven, just walk around here looking at everything.
The atmosphere is so cultural. I love it.
One vendor based in Atlanta has a message for black women through the t-shirts he sells.
Atlanta, Georgia, and it's empowering black women. So one of our main shirts is the Black Woman, which reads, beautiful, powerful, resilient female of African descent with skin kissed by the sun. That's one of our first shirts we came out with. And then we have our brown skin beauty, respect this melanin queen. So we like to uplift our women. And it's funny you say that. This shirt here, I designed it. It's our African American shirt. We took the American flag and we changed it a little bit with our continent on there as well. So this has been a popular shirt as well. Amazing, definitely.
Amazing. Look at that shirt right here. I might need one for myself, baby. That is beautiful. And I think that's interesting because in a way it connects with what this event, Africa in April, represents.
It's not just about what we're learning today. It's what we're going to learn and what we're going to do in the future as well. It's understanding our past, but understand where we're going for the future and you know, present day as well.
I spoke to the founders and they told me the significance of having Africa in April celebrated at this particular location due to the statue behind me of the great journalist Ida B. Wells, who was also an activist. Ida B. Wells was a journalist and activist. In her lifetime, she fought for the rights and equality of African Americans, combating prejudice and violence. I'm here with Joe Hammond, one of the organizers for the event. So Hammond, I want to ask you about the significance of having African April right beside the Ida B. Wells statues.
African April is a Afrocentric festival. For 35 years, my director, David Acey, who's my professor at the University of Memphis and everything, they started the festival. This is Beale Street. This is the oldest black church here in the city. And during the turn of the century, Ida B. Wells was one of those fighters for African American rights. And if you look over to your right here, that's the hanging tree. And these were some of the African Americans who were hung. But she spoke out when nobody else would speak.
So what is something that you would say from Ida B. Wells' activism that you feel like you might carry on today?
Oh, persistent, endurance, and looking at as a human being, no matter what you say race or creed or color come from and like this, but looking at it as an individual. And that's basically what she was doing with her articles and her efforts, you know, which almost put her life in danger constantly. You know, but that's what you have to do when you're looking for freedom for people who are being suppressed for no reason at all, just being who they are.
If there's any advice you want to share with anyone out there, what will it be?
It would be that learn about your history, appreciate yourself, and find something that you love and have a passion for, and promote, engage, involve, and reach out and touch others.
How about you?
Same thing. Well, you have to be committed to a purpose, and our purpose is to let our people all over the world know that we are Africans and just living in America. And once we learn to appreciate our history and culture, we learn to respect, because we've always been taught away from our history. And so we have somebody else's mind inside our head. So we have to put our people back in the right mind and let them know all the wonders of Africa, Egypt, everything about Africa. We are queens, we are kings, and we want to promote that and tell young people, be proud of it. Be proud that you're an African.
Well, as you hear the ACs here, the founders of the African April annual events, they say, celebrate and feel the inner African in you. And you all did a beautiful job coming up with such an intelligent event, and 34 years later, the event still shines. Hey, African April 2021! Reporting for QTV News, I am Hawa Sise.